Episode 4, Fort Valley, Part 1, Friday through Saturday night. Fort Valley.
Pre-launch. Diagnostic. Initial contact. Technical note. The crawler transporter's first movement is always a test run, a slow, careful assessment of the load, the weather, the path ahead. Engineers monitor every sensor, every hydraulic line, every bearing for the first mile, because what happens in the beginning determines whether the mission succeeds.
The crawler doesn't rush. It waits until all systems are synchronized. Then it moves forward, 1 mile per hour, carrying the future. There are moments that split your life into before and after. Geneva, Washington had 3 of them. The first was October 1987, Fort Valley State University, a recruitment weekend that was supposed to be about running. The second was February 14, 1988, Jackson Memorial Hospital, Miami, when they placed a baby girl in her arms and asked what her name was. The third was February 14, 2019, room 437, Mercy Hospital, when she called a number she'd kept for 31 years and said, "It's me. I need you to know the truth." But in October 1987, Geneva only knew about the first split. She didn't know the others were coming. Friday afternoon, Coach Deborah Ellis met Geneva at the bus station in a red Ford pickup truck with Fort Valley State Track and Field decaled on the door. "You're taller than I expected," Coach Ellis said, shaking Geneva's hand. "How tall?" 5'9". "Weight?" 135. "Do you eat enough?" "Yes, ma'am." Coach Ellis smiled. "Good. Skinny runners break. Strong runners win. Let's go see where you're going to break records." The campus was red brick and October gold. Trees Geneva didn't have names for. Students walking in clusters, laughing, carrying books, looking like they belonged somewhere. Geneva had never belonged anywhere except on a track. The Fort Valley track was beautiful. Regulation surface, 8 lanes, proper starting blocks, bleachers that could seat 500 people, a scoreboard that worked. "Run it," Coach Ellis said. Geneva changed into her practice gear in a locker room that smelled like wintergreen and ambition. She stepped onto the track and felt the surface respond under her feet. This was real. This was Division II college athletics. This was the future Loretta had been praying for. Geneva ran a 400-meter warm-up, then Coach Ellis timed her on a 200-meter sprint. 23.8 seconds. Coach Ellis wrote the number on her clipboard and said, "You're faster than I thought you'd be." Geneva said, "I'm faster than anyone thinks I'll be." Coach Ellis said, "Good. That's the attitude that wins championships. You'll meet the team tonight. There's a party at one of the upperclassmen's apartments, off campus. I'm not supposed to know about it, so I won't be there. But you should go. Meet the girls. See if you fit." Geneva said, "I don't really do parties." Coach Ellis said, "You do now. You're not in high school anymore. College is about building a team, and teams are built off the track as much as on it. Go to the party. Make friends. Let them see who you are." Geneva said, "Yes, ma'am." Coach Ellis dropped Geneva off at the guest dorm and said, "Party starts at 9. Don't stay out too late. You're running again tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. sharp." Friday night. The party was in a second-floor apartment on the edge of campus, music pouring out the windows, people spilled onto the steps, the smell of cheap beer and Polo cologne. Geneva walked up the steps wearing jeans and a Miami Hurricanes t-shirt, feeling immediately out of place. A girl from the track team, Shanice, the hurdler, grabbed Geneva's arm and pulled her inside. "You made it. I told the girls you'd come. This is Geneva. The sprinter from Miami coach is recruiting. Geneva, this is everybody." Everybody waved. Geneva waved back. Shanice handed Geneva a cup of something orange and sweet. "Jungle juice. Don't ask what's in it. Just drink slow." Geneva took a sip. It tasted like fruit punch and gasoline. The apartment was packed, people dancing, people talking, people leaning against walls looking bored, a card game in the corner, a couple making out on the couch. Geneva found a spot near the window and watched. She was good at watching. Then someone said, "You don't look like you're having fun." Geneva turned. A boy, tall, dark brown skin, clean haircut, wearing a Fort Valley State sweatshirt and jeans that actually fit. He smiled. "I'm David." "Geneva." "I know. Shanice told half the campus that Coach Ellis is recruiting the fastest girl in Florida." You're famous already. I'm not famous. You will be. Coach doesn't recruit people unless they're going to win, and she's been talking about you since summer. How do you know, Coach? My father went here, class of 63. He runs track. I run track. It's a family tradition. I'm a junior. 400 meter. Not as fast as you, but fast enough. What's your time? 47.2. That's fast. Not fast enough for nationals, but fast enough to stay on scholarship. You on scholarship? Academic and athletic. You? If I commit, full ride for track. You're going to commit. You sound sure. Because you're here, you didn't come all the way from Miami just to visit. You came to see if this place is worth leaving home for, and it is. How do you know? Because you're standing at a party looking like you'd rather be running, and that's exactly what this place is for. People who'd rather be running. Geneva smiled. You want to get out of here? It's loud and I can't hear you, and I want to hear you. Where would we go? The steps, outside, where people who don't drink jungle juice go to have actual conversations. Geneva followed him outside. The steps. They sat on the concrete steps outside the apartment building, music thumping through the walls, people coming and going. The October night is cool, but not cold. So why Miami? Why leave? Geneva. Because Miami doesn't have anything for me except a track and my mother's expectations, and I've been running from both of those my whole life. Running from or running toward? Does it matter? Yeah, it does. If you're running from something, you're just escaping. If you're running toward something, you're building. What are you running toward? Law school. My father's a lawyer, first black attorney in Augusta with his own practice. Allen and Associates. He built it from nothing, and I'm supposed to continue the legacy. Pre-law, then law school, then join the firm, then take over when he retires. You sound excited. David laughed. I sound trapped. So why do it? Because it's what he wants, and he's sacrificed a lot to give me this, and I don't know what else to do. The firm is his legacy, and I'm his son, and those two facts feel like they should add up to something, but lately, they just feel like weight. So what would you do if you could do anything? David looked at her. Nobody's ever asked me that. I'm asking. I think I'd teach. History, maybe. Or coach track. Something where I could help people become what they're supposed to be instead of what someone else wants them to be. Then why don't you? Because dreams don't pay bills and legacies don't build themselves. And I'm my father's only son. I'm my mother's only daughter. She works 2 jobs so I can run. She prays every night that I'll get a scholarship and go to college and become something she couldn't be. And I love her, but I'm tired of carrying her dreams. So what do you want? I don't know yet, but I know I want to find out, and I can't do that in Miami. They sat in silence for a moment. You're going to be great here, I can tell. How? Because you're not running from anything. You're running towards something. You just don't know what it is yet. What if I never figure it out? Then you keep running until you do. They talked until 3 a.m, not about nothing, about everything that mattered. David told Geneva about his father's courtroom, how he used to sit in the back and watch his father defend people who couldn't afford anyone else, how his father believed the law could be a tool for justice if the right people wielded it. How David didn't know if he believed that anymore. Geneva told David about Loretta's hands, how they were always cracked from cleaning white people's houses, how Loretta never complained, how Geneva's scholarship was supposed to be Loretta's retirement plan. When the party ended and people started leaving, they stayed. Can I write to you? You want to write to me? I want to know you, and you're going back to Miami tomorrow, and I'm going to be here, and I don't want this to be the end. Geneva gave him her address. 2247 Alibaba Avenue, Opelika, Florida 33054. David gave her his phone number and his dorm address. Why would you want to write to me? You don't know me. I know you're the kind of person who sits on steps instead of dancing at parties. I know you carry your mother's dreams and you're tired, but you're not quitting. I know you're faster than anyone thinks you'll be. That's enough to make me want to know the rest. Geneva flew home Sunday afternoon thinking about a boy in Georgia who listened when she talked. Next, Episode 5, Fort Valley Part 2. The Letters.